Hey everyone, TJ Trek 365, and I finally got a question and answer post online on what we use for our fly fishing equipment. If you haven't had a chance to view some of those videos, they are online on some of our fly fishing adventures. Anyway, so what I started out with the Fenwick Eagle 8-foot 4-weight. Now, for my casting abilities at that time, because I was just starting out, we went ahead and overlined that with a 5-weight line. This one's great. We're going to go through all of them, and then I'm going to note some differences as we go through. We did some research. The way I was casting from the beginning, I progressed fairly fast. So we went ahead and picked up a Fenwick Atos, same thing, 8-foot 4-weight, and then we overline it with the 5-weight line. And then my significant other uses the St. Croix Avid. I don't know how long he's had this. But it works well for him. The only difference with his is he has an actual 5-weight, and the way he casts works perfect with the 5-weight and the 5-weight line, how he casts. One of the reason why we use the 8-foot fly rods is because you have more maneuverability in some of the areas that we go into where there may be a lot of overhang to get that line right in there. So it works out great. That's why we choose 8-foot. Some people may choose longer rods. Going back to the Fenwick Eagle and the Atos that I use, what really I like, there's two things that I like about this, both these rods, is they have the double locking reel seats, and this handle on the Atos, we did some research on this before we bought it. It fits perfectly in my hand. It has more of a petite handle, and me having the smaller hands helps me cast it and control it a lot better. So with that, just kind of going back on the St. Croix 5-weight, this just has the single lock reel seat. So some of you may prefer the double, and then there's the single. This one has the better cork handle, the best cork handle out of all of them. As far as quality, these two, just to kind of give you an idea of how much they cost. This one ranged right around $90. The Atos about $140, and then you're talking about the St. Croix probably $250 plus. Yeah, go ahead and Google these rods. The Fenwick Eagle, Fenwick Atos, and the St. Croix Avid. There is a ton of information out there that you can find. All right, some of the, I really like dry fly fishing, and because I can see my fly, I can put it on the water and watch it drift, and then I can see that fish come up or swirl and be able to catch those brookies, cutthroat, or whatever there is out there. But some of my most favorite flies are the Royal Wolf is one of them. Definitely can see this quite well on top of the water with the white. Second is the Adams Irresistible, another good fly that just sits right on top. You can watch that drift through the current and wait for that fish to bite. And then the Elk Hair Caddis we use. The trout up in Montana really love these. Same thing, good visibility. All the dry flies that we use for the fish that we catch in Montana, the little brookies, cutthroats, are all between 8 and 14 on the hook size. We went over the elk hair caddis. And this last one is a yellow humpy. And those 4 flies we seem to do quite well with on the water in Montana. It's very narrow water. You don't have to cast very far. You can watch it drift. All right, once again, when I first started out, I had a cheaper rod, cheaper reel for the fly rod. As I progressed and started outperforming those, I went ahead and picked up a Lamson Guru 1.5, brand new. It was my own. I talked about it earlier. Sometimes when you physically own something and you're not using someone else's equipment, it makes you feel a lot better and more confident, and that you really want to work that rod or reel. Now this one, like I said, is brand new. Probably cost about $160. Same thing, do your research. You can find them online. They may be cheaper, they may be more nowadays. This one, my significant other uses this one, and he actually got this out of a pawn shop. I don't think the pawn shop owner realized the gem that he had, but it is a Lamson Guru 2.0 for $25. So check on your local pawn shops. There may be gems in there that you may be able to get a really good deal on a reel for your rod.